Deck the halls with house of something. Anyways, I love Christmas music. Even though summer's still not here, Christmas is honestly the best time of the year. You got lots of Christmas cheer. So, we have Dogecoin surging because of Elon Musk. And this isn't anything that he said that inspired the price to grow, but rather his actions. And no, it wasn't pro-Dogecoin, it was pro-freedom of speech. He is getting closer to owning Twitter potentially. So let's take a look at how Dogecoin is also massively influenced by anything that Elon Musk does that is relatively seen as bullish news. Suddenly makes Dogecoin pop off. Even though the markets have turned a little bit bearish recently, Dogecoin has enjoyed a little bit of a spike. Nothing huge, but it is definitely something to take into consideration, considering the rest of the market is down. Any little spike up, that is great. So, Dogecoin and Elon Musk have shared quite a history. Most of it positive, sometimes negative, but most of it positive. Elon Musk would support Dogecoin. And Twitter has censored many users. And Elon Musk now wants to buy it, and he certainly can. He is the richest person on this planet. He beat Jeff Bezos by a major amount. He's closer to 300 billion now than 200 billion. So securing 50 billion is not a challenge for him. Plus, he knows other billionaires. He knows politicians. He knows the most powerful people on the planet. He can do this. He just has to do it the right way. So, Elon Musk has already invested $2.6 billion into Twitter earlier. That's what this all started from. And he has $3 billion in cash. That's pretty crazy. Just imagine how much cash that is. That fills up an entire room, maybe even multiple rooms. So, it's a lot of money. And he has tens of billions of dollars lined up through debt, essentially, and equity loans and special financing. So he's a billionaire, but most of his money, most of his net worth is tied to his stocks, to his company. And he's not going to sell it just to purchase into another company, because that's not what billionaires do. In many cases, these billionaires continue to grow their businesses. In rare cases, they go bankrupt fully. But in many cases, they continue to make money, and it doesn't make sense to cash out because suddenly they'll owe a massive amount of money in taxes. And it will just deflate the whole idea of trying to invest in another company because it won't make financial sense at that point. So instead of that, they prefer to pay a percentage for loans. And banks, well, they'll give you special loans if you're a multi-billionaire because you're in the VIP program, essentially. Especially if your name is Musk and you are the richest person on the planet and one of the most famous and one of the most powerful. So he purchased $2.6 billion worth of stock. And Twitter's like, so you want to be on our board? And Elon's like, nah, because if I'm on the board of directors, that means he can only have a maximum of 9% of the company. No, he wants a majority. He wants to have a 50% stake. He wants to transform the company. And his little plan is hatching where he decided, you know what? Twitter, hey, you seem ripe. You seem ripe for change. Privatization. That's what's going to happen. So he's going to basically, if the board of directors doesn't accept his bid, where I think it was $43 billion, that he upped it a little bit, if they don't accept his final bid, it's not over. He does have a strategy. A corporate raider. He's going to try and absolutely demolish Twitter and take it over. And there have been many, many successful investors, Warren Buffett one of them, who have been able to take that idea of corporate raiding to extremes. They're able to buy out failing companies and transform them into billions of dollars. In this case, Twitter is not a failing company. It is a ginormous technological company. But there's definitely some things that could be changed about it. And I think we could all agree that freedom of speech. Well, they've been falling on that. Censorship of the president for quotes that, yes, were controversial, but not censoring even worse things by illegal groups and organizations around the world. It just didn't make sense. And there were so many cases of politicians and powerful people and celebrities and whoever it may be, random Joe down the street, if they made a opinionated post that Twitter did not agree with politically or their ideas or whatever, then these people were banned. And this censorship frustrated a lot of people with whichever spectrum, political spectrum you're from, whether you're on the left, right, in the middle, you don't care, whatever. I think most of us can agree that, unfortunately, on many social media platforms, not just Twitter, there are certain things you just can't say, because if you do, you risk getting banned. And the funny thing is, if Joe A and Joe B say the same thing, there's different chances of them getting banned. And it really does depend on who it is, the day it is posted. Maybe if you posted last month, it was okay. This month, suddenly, oops, policy change. That's it. You're getting banned. There's so many controversial topics out there that, unfortunately, it is not the same YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr. Tumblr doesn't even exist anymore for the most part because of censorship. And breaking news, it seems that Twitter is actually pledging, alongside Elon Musk, that a $44 billion in cash deal is about to happen. Looks like it's most likely going to go through. Twitter board has decided to accept Elon Musk's offer unless something randomly emergency situation type of deal happens last minute. It seems that the purchase is going to go through. So, very interesting and very bullish. Anyways, Dogecoin has risen last time. Dogecoin has had a pretty terrible month. But 5.8%, that's how much it jumped. There was a correction again. A lot of analysts are now saying that if the Twitter deal, everything is going to go through, there is a good chance that censorship will be reduced, certain bad figures will be reinstated, spam bots will be attacked. In general, the platform will have some new bright ideas, and potentially the stock price could go back up. Pretty bullish. I don't know, I think Elon Musk is a genius. I'm sure that there are some flaws to him, which some of the Muskinites or whatever they call him don't believe in, but I think he can transform Twitter. So, really exciting news. And I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. And we're about to hit 100,000 miles. Woo! I bought this car at 87,000 miles, and pretty soon we're going on a 3,500 mile trip. So pretty soon it'll be 105,000. I'm driving a lot of miles. Anyways, peace. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.